Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Most. Today I'm going to show you how you can use the checkbox in Ionic. So as you can see, if I check any of them, it's going to display a pop-up window with that value that has been selected. So before we get started, make sure to subscribe so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. So let's get started. So first of all, in the home.page.html, I'm going to first create a Ion list. And inside that list, I'm going to display the items. And inside that items, we need the checkbox. So first, I'm going to have the first item, Ion item. And then inside that item, we want a label and the checkbox. So here, Ion label. And we need the Ion checkbox. Ion and then checkbox. And this Ion checkbox is going to have the color. Let's say that the color is the primary, and also the Ion change in order to display the pop-up window. So here Ion change, and it's going to be equal to the function that's going to be called. So here it's going to be equal to a function called change. And here I'm going to pass the index of that Ion checkbox. So for the first one, I'm going to pass 0. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to pass 0 here. So here, the label is going to be an array that I'm going to get from the TS class. And I'm going to display the first item from that array. And I'm going to copy this Ion item and paste it 2 times, once and then twice. And in the second time, the index is going to be 1, and also the parameter here is going to be 1. And for the third item, it's going to be 2, and the parameter is going to be 2. Let's now go ahead and create the array in the TS class and also the change function in the TS class. So in the homepage class, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a variable called array, which is going to be an array, and it's going to be equal to an array of 3 items. The first one is Apple, the second one is Google, and the third one is Samsung. And what I need to do is that if the user checks any of them, we need to call this function, the change function, and we need to take the index of that selected item, and we need to access this array and access that item. So here in the subheader, I'm going to say this dot array, and then I'm going to pass the index I, and then comma. That's it. And this is going to be called, and by the way, this function is, I have explained this function a lot in previous tutorials. So if you don't understand the meaning of async and await, go back and watch these tutorials in my channel. And let me just quickly explain what's going to happen. What's going to happen is that if the user selects an option from these 3 options, what's going to happen is that this function, the change function, is going to be called, and it's going to get the array, it's going to get to the array, and it's going to display the item that has this index. So for example, for the first item, it's going to take that 0 and go to this array and access the item that has an index of 0, which is Apple. So it's going to display Apple. And in the label here, what I did is that I just displayed the array with the corresponding index for each of these items. So let me now save everything, and in the terminal, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to just type Ionic serve. So in the terminal, Ionic serve in order to run our application. And now, as you can see, this is my application. If I select Google, it's going to display Google. If I select Samsung, it's going to display Samsung. If I select Apple, it's going to display Apple. And also, I can uncheck any of these, and it's going to work. So this is how you can use the checkbox in your application. And it's very useful in case you have a list of items and you want the user to select many items. So that's it for this tutorial. And by the way, I have created a complete course on how to create an Instagram application using Ionic framework. If you want to take this course, which is going to make your skills improve massively, check the link in the description below where you will get a discount. So that's it for this tutorial. This is Most. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.